So yeah, I just got back from class, population and development class, and we're given a food for thought. So we're learning about sustainable development and of course in the study of population studies. So we were asked this question that can sustainable development be achieved? And also is sustainable development desirable? And also in achieving sustainable development, do we need to look at it on a global front or on the local front? And this really changed my perspective in looking at sustainable development, because today in class I got to understand that when we talk about sustainable development, we're not just talking about our environment, how we are able to keep our environment for a very long time, but rather when we talk about sustainable development, it is in threefold. It's in the economic, the social, and the environmental. So when all these three are in exact or intact, then we can say what we are achieving a sustainable development. And also in defining development, there are a lot of definitions with regards to that, but one of the definitions that stands out is its ability to impact human beings like directly. So if we say a particular country is developed, we're not just talking about its GDP, but rather talking about how the people in the country are enjoying life or are having good life, like properly put. So I was looking at it. So if we're going to talk about sustainable development in we achieving socially, economically, and environmentally, then there's a big problem. Or should we say sustainable development is kind of theoretical? Because so let's talk about, or let's use Obuasi or Pristia, those mining communities, as an example. So if you want to look at the economic aspect, you notice that people or residents in those particular area are mostly miners. So that means in that particular sense, they are benefiting economically. Then we talk about the environmental. So we notice that at that particular, when I'm taking environmental, for instance, the environment is mostly being destroyed, especially by the illegal miners. So the environment is being destroyed. Okay, now we talk about the social aspect. Okay, you would notice sickness are spread all over. People are getting sick. Most of these places don't even have proper roads, proper health facilities. So when you're taking that particular area, for instance, you will notice that particular place is not achieving, or we are not achieving sustainable development there. And I also made a point in class where I was talking about, where I made a point that if you want to achieve sustainable development, you should start locally. So okay, we want to take Obuasi for instance, or Pristia for instance. So why not put in like policies where before they go out to mine, or kind of like a policy to check illegal mining. Then when we are able to do that locally, then it would spread to a regional front. Then the whole country is one way or the other achieving sustainable development. Then in mindset, right, it goes to Africa or West Africa, then to Africa, then let's say to the whole global front. But speaking of that, it sounds more of a theoretical something than it being a real life or achievable thing. And we also talk about whether it's being desirable. And we were told in class, or I learned that it's being sustainable development is being spoken of as if it's something we really want. Most countries in West Africa are refusing to sign bills regarding timber and all that. And you notice that we speak of sustainable development as something we really want, but when it's time to actually practicalize it, we don't, and which is very bad. So